the egg.
It's so easy to mess up an egg. It seems like an easy protein, but it's not.
I'm real comfortable with an egg. It shows what you've got, shows your chops.
Get ready for the fight of your life.
A stunning Eggs Benedict. With a perfectly poached egg and a velvety hollandaise. Absolute perfection.
I'm feeling very confident. I make Eggs Benny pretty regularly for myself and my husband.
You have 10 minutes for this challenge. And this time, you have 2 eggs to work with. That's 1 for poaching, 1 for the sauce, and once again, no room for error.
Wow. Oh, I'm happy to be upstairs.
It feels like there's way more at stake in this kitchen.
Are you ready to make a flawless Eggs Benny?
Yes, Chef!
Your time starts now!
I need to win here, and I'm not going into that final. I want this so bad, and no one's going to take this from me.
A 10-minute timer on this challenge is so difficult. Every second counts.
For me, this cook, there's a lot more pressure. The third challenge is gonna be 2 cooks, head-to-head, sudden death. Winner takes all. I don't wanna be in that challenge. I'm gonna rock this Eggs Benny out.
There you go, Trevor.
Eggs Benedict sounds easy, but boy, oh boy, is it full of little twists and turns. Poaching that perfect egg is a challenge unto its own.
All I do is I create a little vortex and slowly drop the raw egg into that vortex. Very, very carefully, because if you don't, the egg is not gonna come together.
My biggest concern is I have to get this poach perfect on this egg first try. I'm not gonna be in the final because I'm gonna take a lot of care and attention to the little details with this poached egg so I don't mess it up like I did the last time.
5 minutes, you have 5 minutes left!
I don't eat a lot of eggs. The only ones I like are scrambled or over easy. I am not as confident as I should be. I don't really cook a lot of eggs.
I'm going to do my very best.
Now, hollandaise, I believe, is one of the most difficult sauces to make. If you do not keep whisking your eggs, they stick to the bottom of your stainless steel bowl, and then they cook and they scramble. And you have to very slowly drizzle in that butter. If you dump it in all at once, it's gonna separate and break.
You checked your hollandaise? It tastes good?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
To nail this sauce, you have to have made it a bunch of times, which I have, so I'm feeling really comfortable.
Attaboy, Trevor.
I'm whisking it, and it's looking good. I set it down to check my English muffins.
You gotta babysit a hollandaise sauce. Otherwise, it's gonna split like a bad marriage.
I look back up. No! And my hollandaise sauce is starting to split. Now I'm panicking because I don't have another yolk. Okay. I have to try and salvage this.
2 minutes! 2 more minutes
Let's
left!
figure this out. Now I'm just panicking and whisking vigorously to try and get it to come together. I hit it with a bit more salt. I hit it with a bit more acid.
1 minute! 1 more minute left! Breakfast in 1 minute!
This is all about timing, execution, and technique. If they screw this up, they're finished. Look at this. May right now is the front runner. She is already applying hollandaise to the top of the poached egg.
And that hollandaise, we wanted a beautiful yellow color. It is unbelievable.
15 seconds, Trevor.
I think my sauce is perfect. Couldn't be happier.
Oh my God. As I am spooning my hollandaise sauce onto my Eggs Benedict, I see it break.
10, 9, 8,
Oh
7,
my
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Wow. It looks beautiful. My sauce is just like, it's amazing. I'm feeling very, very happy.
Walking up with my Eggs Benedict, I'm really emotional. I'm getting upset because this is not the comeback that I'm hoping for.
Wow, you pulled it off. But there's nothing more disappointing, May, than cutting into a poached egg and not having that beautiful golden yolk ooze out. Wow. That just leaves me speechless. Let's see if it tastes as good as it looks. You obviously added vinegar to the water. Did you add any salt to the water?
I did.
It's a bit bland. And there's another issue. You can see that the hollandaise is just slightly too thin. It's just washing off of that egg, and that's critical. And I think that bacon makes up for the lack of salt on the egg. That's a pretty solid performance by you.
Thank you.
I didn't get a perfect critique. I'm still feeling really unsure.
On visual inspection, I'm afraid sauce is all over the place. Also, I see a bit of splitting. But what is the most important thing about an Eggs Benedict?
The runny yolk.
Look at that. That's a beauty. You know, the bacon, I would say slightly undercooked. Very important technical mistake.
How you feeling?
I feel really emotional. There's a lot riding on this for me. I know everyone's sacrificed everything, but mine just has a ticking time clock to it with my mom. With her diagnosis of early onset Alzheimer's, every time that I'm away from her, could be the next phone call, she doesn't remember who I am. This time away from her is definitely a challenge.
Time is precious for you, isn't it?
It really is, so I need to be here to do my best to bring it home for me and my mom.
At the end of the day, you do what you gotta do to get through this competition. And it all boils down to what is happening on this plate. There are a few challenges here, I see. This hollandaise is broken. The flavor is awesome. If I close my eyes and I pretend that it's made properly, just never turn your back on a hollandaise.
I won't do that again. I'm thinking about my mom. Everything I've worked hard to do is almost slipping out of my fingers.
Hi there, Trevor.
Chef Michael.
Look, I think the Eggs Benny looks pretty darn good. Good shape to the egg. What looks to be a good consistency on the hollandaise. Nice little browning on the bacon. Look at that. That looks like one happy Eggs Benny. Let's give it a little taste. Very good.
Thank you, Chef.
Great consistency. Very, very light, seasoned well. I think it could have done just with a little more acidity, a touch more juice. But overall, it's very good indeed.
Thank you very much, Chef.
Thanks, Trevor.
A plain French omelet.
I think I've only made 3 or 4 omelets, and I don't even think any of them were French.
A French omelette is only 2 ingredients: butter and eggs. Smooth and silky on the outside, an even bright yellow hue. And on the inside, soft, custardy, what the French call baveurs.
You have exactly one opportunity to achieve perfection. And we're giving you just enough time. 4 minutes.
Oh, God.
While omelets seem very easy, they're actually really technical. And to only have 4 minutes, I can't even change my daughter's diaper in 4 minutes.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pull something out real fierce to get through to the next round because, quite frankly, I hate omelets.
Everyone here is here to compete. I'm not gonna be able to let up or else I'm going home. It's as simple as that.
Are you ready to cook your way to safety?
Yes, chef.
Well, get cracking because your time starts now! When you're testing a new chef, often the first thing you get them to make is, guess what? The omelet.
This is a game of nerves because one slip and you're out.
I need to crack my 4 eggs, and there can't be any egg whites. It has to be really uniform and bright yellow.
There's only 2 ingredients when it comes to an omelet: butter and eggs, and a lot of technique goes into it. Nothing can hide behind the flavor of a great cooked omelet.
The omelets I make at home usually have veggies and meat and cheese, and they're huge and they're fat, but I've never cooked eggs like this before.
The eggs need to be not only seasoned, but the salt actually helps break down the egg so you can whisk it so it's nice and smooth.
All you can hear is whisking, butter melting, and people just working hard.
I have it on high heat, I throw the eggs in, and I know as soon as I do, I better start stirring.
One of the mistakes that can happen here is that the heat in the pan is too high. If it's too high, it will scorch and actually start to caramelize those delicate eggs.
Come on, sweethearts, cook.
If you work it too much with a fork or spatula, you'll end up with scrambled egg. Undercook it, and it will be non-edible.
Come on, babies. Cook these things.
Four minutes feel like it's only 10 seconds. It's going by really quickly.
Let's go, eggs. Cook eggs, cook.
I got the first fold done, no cracks. The hardest part is getting it out the pan, like over the lip into the plate.
Wow, Becky was the first out of the pan.
1 minute, you have 1 more minute left!
I'm trying to gently fold the egg, but I can barely do it because my hand is shaking so much. Then the egg started sticking. I had the pan too hot. It's a complete disaster. Time's ticking. I need to carefully remove it from the pan and just plate it. Don't like how it's not smooth on the outside, but it's got the perfect cook on it.
30 seconds!
My eggs aren't even fully cooked, but I need to start folding them.
Hands are shaking.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Please bring your French-style omelets to the front.
The top 8 finished the first round of a battle for survival, and the judges will now decide who has made the best omelet.
I needed like 4 more seconds on the heat to make it perfect. 4 seconds.
I look at the other home-cooked omelets. There's a couple good ones, but there's also a couple that are total mess. So I'm feeling better about mine.
I think that I'm in that top 4. I'm nervous, but I think I got this.
Becky, are you pleased with your omelet?
Yeah, there's no cracks or anything in it.
What happened here?
Where?
See some of the whites here? Didn't whip your eggs properly.
Mm-hmm.
This should look very uniform. The edges here should be sealed. Why didn't you take advantage of that last minute?
I just wasn't really watching the clock. I was just getting it done.
Okay, well, let's see. So, is this gonna be runny?
It's not going to be running.
Want to bet?
Not really.
You should have wagered because you would have won. This proves to me why you're here. It's almost textbook. Few little issues, but it shows a lot of promise.
I'm learning a lot from Chef Claudio. Just the tiniest little tips are really helpful.
Chef Claudio. Are you not happy with this? Because you seem like you're almost disappointed with yourself.
I just know I've done it so many times and it's been smooth on the outside, and that's really upsetting me.
I can see what happened here. Your pan in one little spot did not have enough butter in it. It's dry. But overall, the shape is great. The way it just contours out, tapers in. It's a very even color. I gotta remind myself, you're a home cook, and you achieved this. To me, it looks like a professional did it.
Thank you, Chef.
Extraordinary. If you made someone breakfast in bed and you serve them this, man, it's all over.
Thank you, Chef. Being told that it's almost perfect is incredible. I'm extremely humbled by Chef Claudio's comments.
A Scotch egg.
I've never made Scotch eggs. I've never eaten Scotch eggs.
It's a hard-boiled egg wrapped in fresh ground sausage.
I am feeling nervous. I never made a Scotch egg before.
You'll see it's covered with flavorful crumbs and deep fried until crispy.
No to Scotch eggs.
And in this challenge, you have to be especially careful because we're giving you just 1 egg. That's right, no room for error.
Not a lot.
That's like a newborn baby, that egg.
You will have just 20 minutes to make us 1 perfect Scotch egg. The 3 home cooks that make the best Scotch egg will head straight to safety, up in the gallery.
I've never eaten a Scotch egg in my life. I've never cooked a hard-boiled egg in my life. But I'm feeling confident in my skills.
Are you ready to cook your way to safety?
Yes, Chef!
Your time starts now!
This is insane. Who would have thought Scotch egg is the thing that stands between me and that gallery?
I'm gonna do my grandfather McConaughey proud. It's a Scottish last name. I gotta do something with this. I don't care who's going home today as long as it ain't me.
I'm the only home cook who's been in every pressure test. And I cook Scotch eggs all the time. I have this challenge in the bag. I'm just gonna stay focused and not panic, keep calm, and hopefully do my best.
For Scotch egg, it's a lot more difficult than it might seem. You need to cook that egg so it is just hard cooked. Not overcooked and rubbery, but cooked through completely.
You gotta make sure that sausage meat is ground fine. Okay, a little bit lumps, you're not gonna get that very thin and delicate layer.
Whether you're making hamburgers, whether you're making meatballs, whether you're making sausage, you gotta sear off a test sample because it's the only way you're gonna know if your seasoning is right.
I am not going home today. I'm going to earn my way back into that gallery.
One I would be worried about is Alice. I wonder if she's adjusted, to that competition mode.
After leaving the MasterChef Canada kitchen, I didn't stop cooking. I am going to take this second chance and cook my heart out. I need to win this.
10 minutes! You only have 10 minutes left!
Boiled my egg for 10 minutes, right into an ice bath. The egg's supposed to be fully cooked, hard-boiled, but not overcooked, so you don't get that green ring. Luckily for me, back home, I make Scotch eggs all the time.
Trevor pulled his egg out of the boiling water at 10 minutes. Some might argue that that's a little bit too early.
Everybody wants to pull their egg at the same time. Nobody wants to be the person with the underdone egg. Certainly nobody wants to be the person with the overdone egg.
The way that I'm going to do my hard-boiled egg is going to take roughly 12 to 13 minutes. I know they've all taken them out too early.
Take your time, Tay.
Some people are struggling with getting that perfect sausage crust around that egg.
It's not sticking. I'm getting parts that are coming off of it that I completely have to re-flatten some and do it again.
Calm down. Why are my hands freezing up? I can't move them. I don't know what's wrong. I've never had that.
Stress, Taya. Breathe. Breathe deep.
My brain is telling my hand to close, and it won't close. Medic, I don't know what's wrong with my hands, but they're seizing.
Oh my goodness, Taya's nerves are getting the better of her.
It just happened after I put my hands in the ice, and now they're like cramping up. No, I've never had this happen before.
5 minutes! You have 5 minutes left!
My anxiety level now is at an all-time high. I am using the palms of my hands, and I'm trying to pack it as best as I can without the use of my fingers. Just calm down, Taya.
The idea of getting it into a hot fryer to seal that outer crust, keep those wonderful juices in from that sausage meat, crispening up the crumbs is super important.
Man, the tension in this kitchen is intense.
1 minute! You have 1 minute left!
Listen to it in here. You can hear a pin drop. They are focused.
Somebody's going home today, so everybody wants to put their best effort forward.
I can't open anything.
3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Bring it in, darling.
I don't know what's wrong.
All right, home cooks, please bring your Scotch eggs to the front.
I'm panicking because I don't want to lose this challenge. I'm panicking because I don't want to cook again. And it's super frustrating because I know how to cook a Scotch egg.
Hey there, Barry.
Chef,
Any Scottish people in your family, Barry?
with a name like McConaughey, yeah, there's a couple. My grandpa McConaughey could never get me to wear a kilt, but he got me to make a Scotch egg.
We noticed that your egg was in the longest. Do you think it could be overcooked?
I'm hoping it's not over.
You can often tell a good Scotch egg by the weight. A good even ratio of meat to the egg is important. But what's even more important is the cook on that egg.
Yes, chef.
What do you think?
I'm pretty happy with that.
If I was in your shoes, I'd be pretty happy with that. Looks like a pretty even coating of the sausage grind around it. Let's give it a taste. Good and crispy. Love that combination of that perfectly cooked egg that is still nice and warm with that crispy outer crust. Great job. Thanks, Barry.
Thank you, chef. It's perfectly cooked. I want to eat it.
How you feeling?
Feeling really upset right now because I thought I would kill this one, and I don't know what happened. My hands just seized up.
Despite all that difficulty, you got it on the plate. Crisp. Sounds great to me already. How long did you cook your egg for?
10 minutes.
The egg is slightly under, but look at this sausage. It's perfectly ground. It's even. The sausage surrounding that egg is absolutely delicious. This is really awesome.
I am hoping and praying that my flavors are enough to get me up to the gallery.
Raviolo alla uovo. It is especially challenging.
Come up here, guys.
I live in a gluten-free household, and I never hand-make pasta at home. Man, I could be in trouble on this.
It's a single, delicate, handmade raviolo, enveloped in a savory sage butter sauce. The garnish, I would like to see a little Parmesan on there, and the crisp sage leaf. And here's the hard part. Inside is a single egg yolk, and when I cut into it, that liquid gold needs to come running out.
Holy
The filling is ricotta cheese with spinach. When it all comes together in the right way, it is perfetto. Good luck. Making a raviolo such as this, it is a very, very difficult task. It's like walking through a minefield.
I would agree. All the ingredients have to work in concert.
There's a sequence. They have to make the dough first, knead it, get it relaxed
let it rest.
before they can roll it. Exactly. Because if they don't relax it, it's not going to work. The ricotta cheese has to be the right consistency.
If the ricotta is too wet, it'll bleed through. There's actually no room for error.
15 minutes. You have 15 minutes left.
Okay, guys, you need to be rolling out that dough. Not too thick, not too thin.
If the pasta dough is too thick, then it's going to be tough. If it's too thin, it won't support all the ingredients that are inside. Look at Kayla, she's got her noodles coming out. I'm telling you, man, it's anyone's game right now.
10 minutes. You have 10 minutes left.
You need to be filling your raviolo by now, and those need to be moving.
The home cooks are fighting for their lives in the first MasterChef Canada pressure test.
You need to be filling your raviolo by now.
And Eric needs one perfectly separated egg yolk for his pasta filling.
Drain the whites through your fingers.
But so far, he's managed to drop them all. Now he must try and salvage his last intact yolk from his container of discarded shells.
Oh no, it's saved. It's not broken.
There you go, Eric.
Beautiful, Eric.
Oh, he got it.
Yeah, he got it. He got it. Got one.
Have a nice bath.
2 minutes. You have 2 minutes left. Your raviolo should be in the water cooking by now. You should be finishing off your sauce and getting ready to plate.
If they overcook the noodle, that means the egg inside will be solid. And that defeats the entire purpose of this dish, because the wow factor lies in that egg being very liquidy.
Oh my God.
I wonder how many have actually made a crispy fried sage leaf.
10, 9, wipe the plate. 7, wipe the plate. 5, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up! Hands up!
Kayla,
Hello, Chef.
nice presentation, and I see you have some shaved Parmigiano on top.
Yes, Chef.
Well done. How did the crispy sage turn out for you? I get a little crunch. Well done. Let's try the big test. Does that make you happy?
That makes me really happy.
The egg was very nice. So was the pasta. But not bad for a first time out.
These people who say you cannot cook, these guys up there, you're wrong. You can cook.
Thank you, Chef. Watch out. I can cook, and I'm gonna kick all your butts.
My main ingredient are eggs. I'm making my spin on a Eggs Benedict. I'm getting an apron. It's not an option. I'm not getting tapped out today.
You have 5 more minutes left.
Keep on moving. You can feel the tension. You can feel the pressure mounting on them.
Oh, here come the shakies.
Everybody's cooking for their life.
Work with speed, handle the pressure.
Down to the wire.
You have 1 more minute left. Come on, 1 minute.
No.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up! Woo!
So Jen, tell me about the signature ingredient that you chose to use today.
Eggs.
I've actually never seen an Eggs Benedict quite like this. It looks beautiful.
Thank you very much.
So I'm gonna see that liquid center when I cut into this egg.
Yes, Chef.
Oh yeah. You nailed it.
Thank you,
That's
Chef.
incredible. Hope it tastes as good as it looks.
I feel confident. My egg was perfect.
Squid ink pasta with honey mushrooms and a soft-boiled hen's egg. Now, this test is a replication. The first thing you have to do is delicately fillet and collect all the ink you can from several squid to make your jet black pasta.
I'm extremely nervous. I've never, ever touched a raw squid before.
That's just the first step. After that, fresh pasta from scratch, perfectly cooked honey mushrooms, and 1 soft boiled egg. And you only have 30 minutes to finish it all.
Oh my God, thank God I don't have to do this.
Now, please head to your stations where you'll find everything you'll need.
All right, home cooks, is everyone ready?
Yes, Chef.
Your time starts now!
I've never broken down a squid, never taken ink out, but you know what? You learn on the fly.
Where the frick is the silvery thing?
So step number 1, they have to cut into that squid and reveal that beautiful little ink sac. Then you have to press your fingers down on it and squeeze, put a little bit of pressure, not too much, and force that ink right down into your container.
Looks like May is the first one to get the ink sac out. Impressive.
I got this.
Ew, 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 eyeball squirting. Oh no, there's no ink.
Taya has already burst her sack. She's lost a lot of ink.
And there's not a lot in there.
This is way harder than I thought.
This is so hard right now.
Let's go, guys. Keep it up. You guys got that.
You got this, Taya, you got it.
Squeezing that ink out, it's really tricky, but I was actually surprised that I got so much out.
They've just harvested that squid ink. Next is to make the pasta.
I tell you, you got to be very intelligent here because you got to figure out how much squid ink you have and adjust the amount of pasta you make according to that.
Come on.
Taya,
Yes, Chef Claudio.
have you ever made fresh pasta before?
I have, actually. I just want to make sure I get the proper consistency in the dough.
Who do you think's gonna struggle the most here?
I have a feeling that it might be Kim, just because she hasn't made pasta that often.
I can see the focus. See what happens.
Fingers crossed. Thank you, Chef Claudia.
Hey there, Matt. You happy with the amount of squid ink you were able to harvest in 5 minutes?
Very happy. That was the first time I've ever harvested ink from a squid, and I got a nice black pasta here.
You're sounding and seeming very positive about it.
I hope so. It's gonna all come down to timing now.
What's the biggest challenge in this cook?
The biggest challenge is gonna be to get that egg perfectly cooked on top.
And you only have one egg to do it?
One egg, exactly.
I look forward to tasting that pasta dish.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Matt.
Damn muscles. Come on. The dough needs to rest for 10 minutes. So my strategy is to get the pasta out of the way and then get my boiled egg going. Timing is essential. I'm going to cook my egg for 5 minutes.
The egg has to be perfectly soft boiled. I would say probably around 5 to 6 minutes on the egg.
I'm gonna boil my egg for exactly 6 minutes.
And you gotta remember also, once that egg is out of that boiling water, you make sure you right away cool it down with ice cold water.
You gotta shock it.
10 minutes! You only have 10 minutes left, come on!
If I make a soft-boiled egg for my daughter, it doesn't have to be perfect. But here, it has to be perfect.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, Kimberly just broke her egg. Did she break her egg?
Yeah.
Doesn't want to peel. It's coming apart.
Taya's mangling her egg right now.
This egg is just not wanting to peel. Okay.
Be delicate, Taya.
It is a nightmare. I'm thinking I'm going home. Doesn't want to peel. It's coming apart.
Look at the shake on her.
I just want to throw the egg and start again, but I only have one egg, so I gotta make it work.
5 minutes! You have 5 minutes left! Come on, get going! 5 minutes!
I gotta do my pasta for 3 minutes to get it perfect.
This is all about impeccable time management. If you put your noodles into that water too early, they're gonna get mushy. If they don't go in and have enough time, they're gonna be too al dente.
1 minute! You have 1 minute left! Check your plate, make sure you have everything on it.
It broke.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick up!
Hi there, May.
Hi, Chef Michael.
How are you feeling?
I think I might have overcooked my eggs.
What makes you think your egg is overcooked, May?
I cooked it for the same amount of time that Matt did. I also did it for 6 minutes as well.
I see. You know, if the egg is cold, it takes a little longer. Depending whether it's room temperature, may take a little less time. The size of the egg. So let's see if this egg is golden, rich, and runny.
If my egg is overcooked, this could be the end of my food dream.
Look at that. Looks pretty good to me. Relieved?
Relieved.
Did you hit the egg with a little salt?
No, I hit the noodles with the salt.
It's always that last bright pop of flavor.
Never forget again.
You'll never forget again is right.
So what am I expecting to taste when I dig into this jet black noodle?
You're gonna get the garlic, the butter, and the olive oil, as well as the chives.
This tastes great. Flavors are there. I can taste the garlic. I can taste the lemon. Be proud.
Thank you, Chef Alvin.
Hi there, Taya.
Chef Michael?
Your egg is not the prettiest, has a little crack here.
Yeah, Chef, it did.
You struggled getting that shell off.
I put it too long in the ice water bath, and then it made it difficult to peel afterwards.
Let's see.
Oh my God.
That looks perfect.
Thank God.
Right, Taya. Was that beginner's luck?
I knew I needed it about 5.5 minutes. I took it out at 5.5, and fingers crossed.
Maybe a bit of both. Thank you.
The color is jet black. It looks beautiful. It's deep. There's almost a sense of mystery to it. Taya, do you really think you belong in this competition?
I've certainly had my doubts.
I only ask because if you continue to cook this way, you certainly belong here.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
The noodles are perfect. You can tell they're handmade. They're very tender.
Oh, I needed that.
It's excellent.
Thank you, Chef.
It's amazing to be back in the kitchen, isn't it?
It sure is. And it's always nicer to be in a kitchen where you've got some familiar faces.
It feels great. Like, my adrenaline is going crazy right now.
All right, we're looking good here.
I know exactly what I want to do, and I hope I can get there. I'm seeing massive, fully constructed dishes around me, but mine is one egg. In season 2, we had to do 3 applications of an egg, and my soft poach was over.
There's some runniness, but not enough.
It's the thing that kicked me out of the MasterChef Canada kitchen. Today I'm making shakshuka. It's basically eggs dropped into tomato sauce. It's very, very important for me to cook that egg properly, or all of this is worth nothing.
Andrew.
Hi, Chef. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm doing well.
Fantastic.
So, how are you going to reimagine this lonely little poached egg?
I'm doing a dish called shakshuka, or otherwise known as eggs in purgatory.
Purgatory.
Eggs in purgatory.
Are you in purgatory right now?
I am not in purgatory. I'm exactly where I need to be, Chef. Back when I was on the last time, I was working my federal government job, which I hated. So 3 years ago, I opened a restaurant. And I've never been happier. My mother was the inspiration for the naming of my restaurant. Afrit was her nickname for me when I was a kid, and it means troublemaker in Arabic. I got my whole passion for cooking from her, and I'm here to make my mother proud because she's amazing.
Poached egg, liquid center?
Absolutely, Chef. That's the only thing that is scaring me right now, still to this day, and I've cooked thousands.
All right, you know what we want to see?
Yes, Chef. I'm confident in my dish, but I'm still terrified about what's inside that egg. I made shakshuka, which is eggs in purgatory. It's a traditional Mediterranean dish. I charred peppers and onions and my tomatoes, and then, of course, the egg.
Let's try this egg. It's going to be the moment of truth.
Everything rides on this egg. I'm just praying that it's okay.
Oh, look at that. You are out of purgatory and on your way to heaven by the looks of it. Oh my goodness. I would say pretty much mission accomplished. The egg, spot on. The flavors are big, bold. So well done.
Thank you, Chef.
It's so easy to mess up an egg. It seems like an easy protein, but it's not.
One of the trademarks of a great cook is the ability to fully understand and master this essential ingredient. And for me, that skill is highlighted in a perfectly shaped, fluffy, and delicious 3-egg omelet. Will prove to me that you have the skills to get back in the MasterChef Canada kitchen.
I respect Claudio's opinion, but I think there's a much more technically challenging dish. A perfectly poached egg.
Poached
poached egg, my egg of choice.
Knowing the right moment to stop the cook on a poached egg, it's the ultimate test of skill and instinct. Perfect.
I want to see a beautiful, soft-boiled egg. It's the hardest technique to pull off because you can't see inside the shell. And when you crack into it, the gorgeous yolk simply oozes out.
As a cook, I've changed a lot. My hands are much more steady.
At any point in time, someone can do something that's gonna just ruin their dish. I just have to put my nose down, put out these eggs.
An omelet, a perfectly poached egg, and the beautiful soft-boiled egg in 8 minutes flat.
First thing I'm doing is getting 2 pots of water on boil. This is a test of multitasking. You have to be looking at 3 different egg applications all at once. This is exciting.
Remember, they only have 5 eggs. They cannot make any mistakes whatsoever. Michael, what's a perfect soft-boiled egg?
Room temperature egg. Water that's brought up to a roaring boil, turned down, then with a spoon just gently lower that egg into it, and then it's timing from there on in.
I have a hard time keeping it simple, so cooking eggs, I'd rather cook what lays the eggs.
The trick with making an omelet perfectly, you have the fry pan on medium heat with a little bit of whole butter and a little bit of olive oil.
Kevin is a little bit of a slowpoke on this. He doesn't have the same speed and agility that Andrew has.
Omelets are always on the menu at Andrew's house. I make omelets weekly.
And Cody, he keeps looking at the clock. He is super sensitive about his time management because that has let him down time and time again.
1 minute goes by like 1 second. You blink and half the challenge is gone.
5 minutes!
Cody's working on his omelet.
I get my omelet in the pan, and immediately I know the pan is too hot. I've got brown on my omelet. This could cost me my second chance.
My omelet comes out and it looks good. I should have enough time to poach my egg. I don't see a problem doing a poached egg, because I do that a lot.
Poached egg, I think, is the most difficult to do. You gotta get that water not rapidly boiling, simmering. And then you gotta create that vortex. And then, of course, the critical splash of vinegar. When it's finished, the egg yolk has to be oozing, and the egg white has to be firm. 3 minutes!
I'm standing there, I've got lots of time left. I go to crack my poached egg. Ah, no, don't you.
What's he doing?
I crack my yolk. I don't have eggs left at this point.
Oh my God.
That's really bad.
Look at Kevin's poached egg. He's just lifted it out, and he is not happy.
I think he broke his yolk. Oh my God.
Kevin's poach is a mess.
Don't give up yet, Kevin.
I'm hoping that things aren't going well for Andrew and Cody either.
Just give me the apron now because I got this.
Oh, he's gonna drop it. Andrew's gonna drop it. Out of those 3, my biggest threat is Andrew. Is Cody or Kevin gonna step up so he's not here?
Cody can't keep his hands still.
I've never seen his hands shake so much.
Cody!
30 seconds!
They put the soft-boiled egg into the cold water to stop the cooking instantly.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Put it in.
2, 1. Hands up!
Good job, boys.
Please bring your dishes up for tasting.
I'm looking down at my 3 egg dishes. Definitely not happy with my poached egg. I'm just hoping that that omelet could be my redemption.
You like pepper, don't you?
Yeah, I think I get that from my dad.
So I'm looking for a moist, almost undercooked inside. The outside is set very nicely. It's nice and moist on the inside. Might be a little bit too moist. Okay. It's actually very good.
Thank you.
There's a lot of color happening here. Looks like you had your heat on the pan a little bit too high. What do you think?
I knew that I had left it on the heat a little bit too long for the outside, but...
It's nice and moist. It's a good omelet.
Thank you, Chef.
Look at this. If this were a steak, it would be a perfect medium rare. Some people might say it's a little too runny, but this is what you want in a classic omelet with French technique. It's delicious. That takes a lot of skill.
If Andrew comes back, I'm a bit scared because he's a good cook and he might actually take this.
Hi, Cody.
Chef Alvin?
What do I expect to see when I cut into this?
You should see the white set and firm, and the yolk should run freely. It should be smooth and velvety.
Well, the yolk is perfect.
Thank you, Chef.
The white, I think you nailed it. Well done.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Yes, Chef.
What have we here?
You have absolutely destroyed poached egg. Broke the yolk on it.
That is an example of probably the worst looking poached egg. I'm afraid the yolk is firm all the way through, and the white, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's not your lucky day. Andrew, from the visual aspect, you did a very good job because the shape is beautiful. It's one of the most attractive poached egg I've seen before cutting in. There's some runniness, but just not enough. Overall, the appearance, beautiful, just slightly overcooked.
You know, I'm looking down, trying to figure out whose eggs look the best. They all got one or two strong ones, but at this point, it's anyone's game.
Kevin.
Yeah, Chef. How are your soft-boiled eggs?
I've never done one before.
You're kidding me.
No, sir.
Let's find out. I want a beautifully cooked egg white, and then in the center, liquid gold.
Please, please.
Absolutely beautiful. The consistency of it, well done.
Thank you, Chef. So one perfect egg, one okay egg, and one real bad one. Hey, there's still a chance. You never know.